एक्सरसाइज रोज करिए, आराम से रहिए,
जी जी
मस्त रहिए. These 10 fingers,
जी
these 10 fingers, they represent 10 कारण द्रव्यस, causal elements. आकाश, वायु, अग्नि, जल, पृथ्वी, काल, दिशा, मन. Even man is governed according to Ayurveda, right? And this is brightness, Atma, and this is Paramatma, zero, from where everything emanates and everything goes into it back. The whole creation comes out of it. This is our Indian philosophy, right? So if you twist all your fingers, if you twist in the morning 50 times, or maybe you can start with 30 times. बॉडी में कहीं एनर्जी रुकी हुई है और हाथ में एनर्जी ठीक है, हाथ सही काम कर रहा है और बॉडी काम नहीं कर रहा है, कहीं कोई बीमारी है, तो इस एनर्जी को एक्टिवेट करने से वो भी एक्टिवेट होगी. दैट विल ऑल्सो गेट क्योर्ड. दैट इज द होल आइडिया. इंडक्शन, रेजोनेंस, सब कुछ समझ लीजिए आप. ठीक है ना, यहां दबाया तो क्या. तो नाउ हियर दिस इज लाइक दिस. हाउ इज आवर बॉडी व्हेन वी आर स्टैंडिंग? Two hands are farthest from the center line. So if this is center line, then this finger and this finger are farthest. So these two are hands. If this is left palm, this is right hand, this is left hand. These two are legs. This is left leg, this is right leg. इसमें भी वही है ना? But here this will be left hand and this will be right hand. Middle finger will be right leg, ring finger will be left leg, and the thumb will be our neck and head. Why? See, in neck and head we have only two joints. One is this and one is this. Whereas in hand we have three joints: shoulder joint, elbow joint, and wrist joint. Similarly, in the legs we have three joints. So look at the fingers. These fingers have three joints, whereas the thumb has only two joints. There is a skull. There is a skull. So anything here can be treated here. Anything in our hand can be treated here. Legs, this can be treated. Anything in the trunk, we can treat here. We can treat heart. Where? See, this is coming here and this is joined and this goes in. This is our heart. If you have a heart ailment, now this is going down up to this. So this is heart. These are lungs, two lungs. If there is a center line, one lung this side, one lung this side. Similarly in this, both can be used individually, both can be used by combining them. We can combine them also like this and like this. So we have a diaphragm which is dividing this trunk into two, upper half and lower half. Here also we have a divider. This line is divider. So this is upper half and this is lower half. When we are treating lower half, keep the hand like this. When we are treating upper half, keep the hand like this. The front should be in the front. The back should be in the back. This front in the front, back in the back. So now you can, suppose घुटने में दर्द हो रहा है या सिर में दर्द हो रहा है, what to do? हेडेक हो रहा है, क्या करें? आंख लाल हो गई, कान में दिक्कत हो गई, कान में पस आ गया, कान में पेन हो रहा है, नाक में पेन हो रहा है, कुछ भी हो रहा है, मुंह में दिक्कत हो रही है, दांतों में दिक्कत हो रही है, anything can be done here in a microscopic way. So anything pointed, blunt and pointed, blunt and pointed. With that you can find out. अब क्या है? Wherever there is a blockage, wherever the prana is getting obstructed, there correspondence of this. अगर मानो आंखों में कोई दिक्कत है तो आंख की जो correspondence यहाँ होगी, because center में नाक है. So this is also fixed, you know, these measurements are fixed. 4 fingers, 4 fingers and 4 fingers. So you can divide it into 4 parts. From here to here. From here to here, you can divide 4 parts. So you can have nose here in the second section. Eyes are on both sides. So you can treat eyes here with little pressure. नाखून से pressure दे सकते हैं. Some blunt or pointed चीज से print. Then we can also use colors. Colors are nothing but sun rays, photons. They are also having vibration. So that also works. That is known as color therapy. Then we can use seeds, living seeds, healthy seeds. They also have prana. So we can apply seed and forget. Because if there is some ailment which will not go immediately, so what we do, we can't keep on pressing for whole day. So we apply a seed or a color point with the color. Which color? The simple sketch pen which you get for your children, colored sketch pen, you can apply that. So the 2 colors basically for the starting beginners, you can use 2 colors, and that is red and black. ऐसा है कि जैसे अपने यहाँ ये होता है ना, 2-3 चीजें हैं. एक जैसे है रेजोनेंस और दूसरा है व्हाट यू कॉल इट, इंडक्शन. जैसे ट्रांसफार्मर, प्राइमरी कॉइल, सेकेंडरी कॉइल, ये सब हम लोगों ने पढ़ा है ना फिजिक्स में, कि प्राइमरी कॉइल में करंट जाए तो सेकेंडरी कॉइल में करंट आ जाती है, एंड ऑल दैट. फ्लेमिंग्स लॉ, लेफ्ट हैंड राइट हैंड, ये सब पढ़ा है हम लोगों ने. तो इस तरह की चीज विद्यमान है. तो वो कैसे है? कहीं भी हम दबावें, एक जगह सपोज हम लोग कहीं टच करते हैं, तो या यहां टच किया तो नर्व, तो मॉडर्न साइंस तो ये कहती है नर्व से आपको सूचना चली गई. लेकिन इसमें सिद्धांत ये है कि हम जब भी एक को किसी को टच करते हैं, दिस एक्शन दिस इंफॉर्मेशन गोज टू लॉट्स ऑफ प्लेसेस, है ना. तो कहां कहां जाती है? जहां जहां वो कनेक्टेड है. जैसे प्राइमरी कॉइल या सेकेंडरी कॉइल, आप जिस प्राइमरी कॉइल में डालेंगे उसके पास जो सेकेंडरी कॉइल है उसमें चला जाता है इंडक्शन, नहीं, करंट चला जाता है. और इसी तरह रिजोनेट करता है. आपने एक को वाइब्रेट किया तो दूसरा भी वाइब्रेट होने लगता है, वही वाला जो उसी फ्रीक्वेंसी का में हो सके. तो ये फ्रीक्वेंसी जो मैच करती है, वहां वहां चला जाता है इंफॉर्मेशन. मान लीजिए आपके सर में दर्द हो रहा है. सो दर्द क्यों हो रहा है? वाई दिस हेडेक? द हेडेक इज बिकॉज free circulation of prana is obstructed. This can be obstructed because of and because of internal factors. अंदर हमारे होमोटॉक्सिन्स होते हैं और बाहर से इन्फेक्शंस आते हैं. और वो प्राण वाहिनियों, हमारे शरीर में बहुत सी प्राण वाहिनियां हैं, उनमें अगर चली जाए और कहीं अटक जाए, कहीं रोक जाए, अवरोध पैदा हो जाए, ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन पैदा हो जाए, देन दिस विल बी ए हेडेक. एक ये कारण होता है. दूसरा कारण क्या होता है? दूसरा कारण होता है कि जहां पर प्राण को पहुंचना चाहिए वहां तक पहुंच नहीं पा रहा है. तो अगर पहुंच नहीं पा रहा है तो दैट इज अ डेफिशिएंसी, और पहुंच के वहां ब्लॉक हो गया, दैट इज एन एक्सेस. तो किसी भी रोग के केवल 2 कारण हैं, आइदर डेफिशिएंसी ऑफ प्राण और एक्सेस ऑफ प्राण. प्राण कई प्रकार के हैं, दैट इज डिफरेंट. अब ये प्राण में हम इसको कहते हैं एनर्जी, कह सकते हैं, है ना. एक प्रश्नोपनिषद है, अगर आपने नाम सुना हो, आप तो उपनिषद वगैरह काफी आप लोग देखते हैं. प्रश्नोपनिषद में ऐसा कहा गया कि पूरी क्रिएशन जो है वो प्राण से हुई है. तो नथिंग बट प्राण, एवरीथिंग इज प्राण, एवरीथिंग. उसी को लाइफ फोर्स कहिए, चाहे जो फोर्स कहिए, एनर्जी. मॉडर्न साइंस भी कहती है एवरीथिंग एंड एनीथिंग एंड एवरीथिंग इज एनर्जी. और अब तो जो कंसेप्ट आ गया है ना, क्या कि वो सुपर कंडक्टर, हैव यू हर्ड सोनी साहब?
जी
सुपर
जी
कंडक्टर
जी
सुना है ना आपने? तो
जी
उसकी
जी
थ्योरी क्या है? उसकी थ्योरी यही है कि जो पोसिट्रॉन्स हैं, फंडामेंटल पार्टिकल्स, दे ऑल कम टू द सेम लेवल, जीरो लेवल, एंड देयरफॉर देयर इज नो रेजिस्टेंस.
जी
और पुरानी हम लोगों ने जो पढ़ी थी सब गई. नया ही आ गया
जी
सब. हम लोगों ने तो पढ़ा, तो उसमें हम लोगों ने क्या पढ़ा था कि इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर इन डिफरेंट ऑर्बिट्स, डिफरेंट क्लासेस, डिफरेंट लेवल, एनर्जी लेवल्स. अब वो कहते हैं कि सारी की सारी जीरो लेवल पे आ गई, सो देयर इज नो रेजिस्टेंस. अब देखो, अगर आ जाता है सुपर कंडक्टर तो देखा जाएगा, तो ये तो एक अलग ही क्रांति होगी विश्व में। तो उसी आधार पर ये एक्यूप्रेशर एक्यूपंक्चर बना हुआ है। अब आप देखो, हमारी एक बॉडी है ये, लेट अस सी वेरी लिटिल थिंग, स्मॉल थिंग विच आई कैन कंप्लीट विद इन दिस लिमिटेड टाइम। ये बॉडी है। एक बात हमें ये समझनी चाहिए कि सिमिलर थिंग्स कैन फंक्शन इन सिमिलर वे, दे हैव सिमिलर कैपेसिटी टू फंक्शन। जैसे अगर मान लीजिए बॉडी मेल बॉडी है, तो इन जनरल वी हैव सो मेनी कॉमन थिंग्स। एक मेल बॉडी इज एक्सपेक्टेड टू हैव स्ट्रॉन्गर मसल्स। सपोज फॉर एग्जांपल मी, यू एंड यू, अगर 10 किलो का वजन उठा करके चल सकता हूँ 1 किलोमीटर या 20 किलो का, तो इट इज एक्सपेक्टेड दैट यू कैन ऑल्सो डू इट एंड सिन्हा साहब ऑल्सो कैन डू। अगर एक लेडी चाइल्ड बर्थ कर सकती है, बच्चे को जन्म दे सकती है, तो दूसरी लेडीज एक्सपेक्टेड कि वो भी शायद कर सकती, वो भी कर सकती। इस आधार पर एक्यूप्रेशर काम करता है। सिमिलैरिटी, व्हाट इज दैट बेसिस? बेसिस इज सिमिलैरिटी इन शेप, साइज एंड एनर्जी। तो शेप एंड साइज देख के हम अंदाजा लगाते हैं किस तरह की एनर्जी होगी, क्या कर सकता है। तो कोरियन वैज्ञानिक थे एक्चुअली जिन्होंने देखा, बाद में चाइनीज ने भी किया हुआ है, बहुत से तरह से है, कई लोगों ने किया हुआ है, जापानीज ने किया हुआ है, अब तो बड़ी स्पेनिश, स्पेन में भी, अब तो यूएस वाले भी आ गए इसमें। थिंग्स आर स्प्रेडिंग वेरी वाइडली एंड वेरी फास्ट। तो उसमें क्या है कि आप देखिए आपका हाथ, ये ना पंजा, सो देर इज ए सेंट्रल थिंग, सर्कुलर, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 projections. Our body also is similar to this. इसको देख लें, we have one round thing and there are 5 projections, 2 hands, 2 legs and a neck and a head. ये 5 प्रोजेक्शन है। हम इसमें भी 5 प्रोजेक्शन है, इसमें भी 5 प्रोजेक्शन। सो व्हाट वी कैन से इज दैट दे आर सिमिलर। सामने की तरफ ये थोड़ा गोरा है, पीछे की तरफ थोड़ा सांवला है, सेम इज हियर। सामने की तरफ ये मुड़ जाता है, पीछे की तरफ मुड़ने में दिक्कत होती है। सामने बॉडी झुक जाती है, पीछे झुकने में दिक्कत होती है। सो देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ सिमिलैरिटीज। अगर जब हम लोग क्लास लेते हैं तो इसमें 7-8 प्रकार की सिमिलैरिटी बताते हैं। अब क्या है कि अगर ये सिमिलर हैं तो दे शुड वर्क एंड दे हैव सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ एनर्जी, सिमिलर एनर्जी। तो अगर तो द्वैत का सिद्धांत है, दिस वर्ल्ड इज अ वर्ल्ड ऑफ डुअलिटी। तो यहां भी दो है। तो चाइनीज कॉल्ड वन ऑफ द forces is the force which expels and expands, tries to expand, and the other force is which does not want it to scratch. It converges, it keeps a boundary, it keeps that force which is disturbance and wants to expand under control, under discipline. तो वो दो फोर्स यहां भी है. So that disciplinary force is represented by black color, and that expanding force is red color, as we see in the Vibgyor, that rainbow. You see the colors which appear in the rainbow, the violet is very small, right in the bottom, and the red is expanded outside, right? So Chinese called it by two names. The force which is trying to expand is known as yang, and the force which is trying to converge is contract it, obstruct it, keep it. So this obstructing force, this no movement force, the force which pleads no movement, no change, is called yin, Y-I-N, yin. And the force which wants to disturb, destroy, expand, move, that is known as yang, Y-A-N-G. These two forces are always working. So which force we want? where we want, what kind of prana we want. Now, this yang is also divided into so many varieties. Yin is also divided into so many varieties. So that can help. So if you have, suppose you have a problem in head, what you should do? You should press this simply. You press it like this. The headache goes. आंख में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, you press with a blunt pointed thing. आंखें
Mishra
लाल
ji,
हो गई, conjunctivitis. If there is conjunctivitis, on the painful point here, if you can find out an eye, this side, and eye this side, just put black dot. Or what you can do, you can have the black pepper, जो साबुत वाला काला black. You can just have a paper tape and paste it here. Apply it and leave it for the whole day. The conjunctivitis goes. Because black is what? Cooling effect. Black is cool. Anything which is cool will move less. So that represents that force which contracts. And no movement and movement, there are two forces. Yang is movement, yin is no movement. So based on that, we can do. So if there is a knee pain, what you can do? This is leg. This is leg. So this is ankle joint, this is knee joint, and this is hip joint. So you can just press it here. So the healthy prana will rise, reach the effect in your knees, and it will correct it. That's the idea. That's the idea. Now you have any problem in your stomach, anything, you can go like this, any digestive problem or anything, you can just keep pumping. And action of pressing is pumping. Suppose someone has low back pain. Now low back is on the back. These are two legs. So this is low back. This is low back. This is low back. So you can press here. You can press here. This is center spine. And this is here. So the low back can be taken care of from here. Cervical, you can treat here. This is cervical area between the two joints in your head. So two joints here in between. This is cervical. This is upper back. This is lower back. This is diaphragm. So यही है. This is acupressure. If you have any particular problem, I shall tell you where you should put, where you should apply pressure. It's very easy. This is the initial step of learning. There is a very, very complex thing. This whole wisdom is very complex and very wide. So what we do is that every prana vahini we understand, try to understand. I have written 5 books, and in Chinese wisdom, which is known as Chinese wisdom, this acupuncture is known as Chinese. There are so many, but the Chinese are the most basic and oldest, somewhere around 3,000 years ago. And do you know how it came in? So there was, any therapy has a philosophy. Any therapy, allopathy, homeopathy, Unani, Ayurveda, without philosophy, no therapy can come in. So Chinese had a philosophy. And this philosophy was applied by, do you know, he was a boy of 7 years old. Right? And the whole civilization was established on the bank of rivers. So Yellow River in the China, they call it. And there was a small civilizations, groups of people living. This boy, Needy Jing, that was his name. He was only when 7 years old, he started talking wisdom. So people were startled and surprised. And he had friends, senior citizens, all of them. So he was made an emperor. They called him emperor. And now we know him as Yellow Emperor, because China means yellow people. Right? And he was the one who used to solve problems. And because he didn't have experience, so that experience was given by his friends who were all senior citizens. So they are known as, they were probably ministers. He was emperor, that small boy, he used to tell whether this time it will rain or not, whether the grain crop will come or not, whether this king will survive or not, who will be the next king. ये सारी बातें वो predict करता था. Because of this is wisdom. Then slowly this was bifurcated in 2 branches. This knowledge branch was bifurcated. So one of the branches said that if you want to be happy in this world, then you should be in harmony with the society. That is socialism, communism, right? And the other branch said that if you want to be happy, you have to be in harmony with the nature. That led to acupuncture, acupressure. So it is one source, two branches. One of them is the communism, socialism, and the one is this, that you should be in harmony with nature. In Indian philosophy, what we said, we should be in harmony with anything and everything. That includes nature, that includes society, both. So ours is a bigger thing, you know. So what I did personally, I have contributed to Chinese acupuncture at least 16, 17 things new, which even Chinese didn't know. I have plotted Pranavainis, nearly 600 new Pranavainis. They had plotted only, many things were there, but 71 of them were prominent, which they had plotted. I have plotted over and above him 600 new Pranavahinis. Pranavahinis means through which the energy flows from. And then on that pathway, there are so many junctions where this prana is getting accumulated. And now all these Pranavahinis will have two limits, the lower limit and the upper limit. That Pranavahini must have nothing, no Pranavahini should be empty fully. So minimum amount of prana that should there. And what is the maximum amount of prana that can be accommodated in that Pranavahini, which they called meridians. What are they called? Meridians or channels, right? So 600 channels I have nearly plotted. And I have named them as BG meridians, BIJI, right? I have given circadian clock. Circadian clock means that these pranavahinis also, they breathe. Every pranavahini, they breathe. What do they breathe? They breathe pran. Pran is outside, pran is inside. Prashnopanishad said that everything and anything is pran. Chinese gave a new thing. What they gave? They said anything and everything that appears in this creation is a process. We said that there are karana dravyas, Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi, etc. Right? So the karana dravyas, we said there are 9 karana dravyas according to Ayurveda. They said that these pranavahinis have so many points accumulate where different kinds of cheese with different kind of characteristics that is deposited. Now you see, you are taking breath. If you don't have breath, the body and the soul, they will get separated. Who is holding the soul with the body? अपने यहाँ जो अपनी विजडम है उसके हिसाब से आत्मा और शरीर के संयोग में माने पंच तत्वों से निर्मित ये शरीर और छठवां उसमें आत्मा जब आ जाती है, दैट इज पुरुष, दैट इज कॉल्ड पुरुष. पंच धातु शरीर छठवां आत्मा, when they get together, that is known as पुरुष. So ये जो प्राण जो संचालित हो रहा है, so every meridian, yeah, they have so many points where different kinds. For example, you are taking in breath and you are exhaling, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you don't do this, when you are born, that time you don't have that energy to inhale or exhale. Ooh, where does the energy come for inhaling and exhaling? When you are in mother's womb and when you come out of the mother's womb, it is the mother's energy. It is the mother's prana. Prana, they call it, they write kui and they call it chi. Japanese call it ki. There are different names in different countries. So this chi is a certain kind of chi which is immediately made available to the newborn baby, which anything outside the body, it will just suck in. You don't have to teach, you don't have to train the newly born baby how to breathe in or how to suck the breast of the mother or how to see, how to hear. All this is sucked. It is sucked by that kind of energy which is provided by mother. Once the mother and baby are separated, the umbilical cord is cut and the baby is separated, then this chi has to be made available to lungs so that it inhales. That chi is generated within the body of the baby or the person who is born. So that is happening in baby, that is happening in me and you and everyone. How it is happening? There is something called life essence. That's not prana, see? Life essence and prana, they are different things. मतलब प्राण तो हम माँ के गर्भ से लेके आते हैं गिनती की सांसें, all this is बकवास. Pran means that which is real chi, real pran, that which can be used for function of anything and everything. Whole body or any part of the body will function only if there is pran. प्राणहीन नेत्रों से देख नहीं सकते, प्राणहीन किडनी काम नहीं करती, प्राणहीन लंग्स काम नहीं कर सकता, प्राणहीन हाथ काम नहीं कर सकता. Everywhere the pran should be there. Pran which will suck in anything. If you're not able to see, you have to see, the sight must come in. Who will do that? That prana which you have received from mother. That kind of prana. The prana, different kinds of prana is there. One prana is which will take in, one prana is which will throw out, one prana is which will go up, one prana is which will go down, one prana is which will spread all around. There are many varieties of prana. Detailed study hai. I am telling you in nutshell because you are all like me. So you will appreciate, I hope. तो वो प्राण कहाँ रहती है? Life essence. That life essence, where is that life essence? Life essence is in deep inside the bone. So in the bone, that source is there. And from there, from life essence, that can be now worked upon in a shop, in a mechanism. That mechanism is installed in our body. Mechanical, that mechanism is known as triple burner mechanism. There are three portions in this trunk, that is above the diaphragm, between diaphragm and navel, and below the navel. All these three should be warm enough. Therefore, they are known as three burners, three treasures. Chinese called it. There's many things. But anyway, so this from life essence, which is there in the bone, that is transformed into useful chi, sent to lungs, and lungs is connected to nose, therefore it will suck the air. Now, once it sucks the air and you get the essence of earth, essence of nature, that is food. From the food, whatever you get, the body fluids, that body fluids plus this energy. So food, that brings in air. So air, essence of food, and the life essence. Now life essence is limited. Life essence you are spending. How do you? So more you breathe in, faster you breathe in, you will die earlier. The lesser you breathe, right? One breath per minute. Sinha sahab, aap karte hain yoga?
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
How many breaths? Where have you reached? How many breaths you take when you are in deep meditation? Have you ever noticed? It goes down. Now, each breath in each nostril is of 5 varieties. You know that.
Yes.
Right? Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi. And there are sages who used to take, once they inhale, they will exhale after 1 year. 1 year. वो क्यों मरने लगा? Why should he die? He can keep the body. And anything and everything can be created with prana only. So the whole body can also be created. I don't know the technique. You may not know the technique, but the techniques can exist. At least theoretically, it is possible. Right? So let us all practice all this. And the most important is yoga. And in that also, after doing certain exercises, which are known as asana, pranayama is the best thing which will lead you to the ultimate happiness. And the only thing is, the lesser you breathe in, the frequency of breath. How? So the more calm dwelling in your mind, lesser will be the frequency. So what ultimately people say, हम लोग क्या चाहते? शांति चाहते, Baba. What is happiness? Shanti, peace. Peace means what? Less of breath. The whole key is your breath. That is what Indians say. Right. Okay, so I think I have another meeting now.
So thank you very much, Kashi Khanji, for your so nice
no. You see,
explanation.
I know that there are very few people who are really interested in digging deep into our Indian culture and Indian way of life and sadhana. It is very difficult now to convince people. Even in my family, I can't convince my own children. So I don't think we are
काशी
three is enough.
जी, दो तीन जिज्ञासा हैं, 2-3 मिनट में आप दे दें तो अच्छा रहेगा।
हाँ, बोलिए बोलिए बोलिए
और
बोलिए
मेरा
बोलिए।
मानना ये है कि रुड़की के आप ग्रेजुएट हैं, रुड़की के बारे में ये ख्याति है कि ईमानदारी से बात करते हैं, ईमानदारी से रिसर्च करते हैं। मेरी जिज्ञासा ये है कि 551 बॉडी में पॉइंट्स हैं और आपने थंब में भी नाक और आंख सब कुछ बता दिया।
हाँ सर, क्या किसने कह दिया?
हम लोग
अरे ये सब
पॉइंट वन की
बकवास
बात
छोड़
करते
दीजिए।
हैं।
चाइनीज ने जो मेन स्ट्रीम के 12 मेरिडियन दिए हैं और 2 वेसल्स, सो 12 और 2 14, इनमें देयर आर 361 पॉइंट्स which are designated and otherwise there is no point on the body. बॉडी पर कोई ऐसा बिंदु नहीं है जिसमें प्राण नहीं है। क्या बकवास है? 365 565 ये सब जो कहता है उसको लेट देम कम, आई विल डिस्कस। नथिंग, ये सब बकवास। कहीं सुन लिया, किसी ने कुछ कह दिया, दैट इज विथ रेफरेंस टू समथिंग। ऐसा नहीं होता 365 इनन्यूमरेबल पॉइंट्स, देयर इज नो पॉइंट व्हिच इज नॉट हैविंग प्राण। यार क्या बात कर रहे हो? आपके शरीर में कहां प्राण नहीं है, जरा बताना।
तो काशिकांत जी
डू यू
मेरी
थिंक यू हैव ओनली 560 पॉइंट्स?
नहीं, काशिकांत जी मेरी जिज्ञासा ये है कि आजकल मसाजिंग का विदेश में भी बहुत क्रेज है, इंडिया में भी बहुत क्रेज है। और कुछ लोग मसाज कराने जाते हैं और गलत जगह प्रेशर दे दिया जाता है, वो अच्छे खासी इस समस्या में पड़ जाते हैं। आप तो एक्यूपंक्चर की क्लासेस लेते हैं, आपने 5-5 किताबें लिखी हैं, तो इस चीज से कैसे बचा जाए? और जब तक ये टेक्नोलॉजी रोबोटिक वेस्ट नहीं होगी तब तक क्या आपको ऐसा लगता है कि इसमें प्रिसाइजनेस नहीं आएगी एंड चांसेस ऑफ रिस्क एंड एरर रहेंगे?
सब हो रहा है, थिंग्स आर मूविंग। आप
राइट।
भी इस संसार में अभी नहीं आए ना, पहले दिन आए हैं आप। सब हो रहा है। अभी हमारी मीटिंग थी डे बिफोर। वी आर प्लानिंग टू, देर आर many places where research is going on and many ways, और वी आर ट्राइंग टू स्टैंडर्डाइज। यहाँ पर मैं महाराष्ट्र में हूँ इस समय। यहाँ पर एक काउंसिल बनी है, महाराष्ट्र काउंसिल ऑफ एक्यूपंक्चर। तो उन्हीं के साथ हमारी मीटिंग थी। दे हैड कॉल्ड मी टू make in some structure, how to train, how to open. Now they are planning to open some colleges. Maharashtra government has given sanction. So यहाँ पर अपनी तरह से रिसर्च हो रही है, दूसरी तरह से रिसर्च हो रही है। मालिश की जो बात है, मसाज की, there is Thai massage, there is Sri Lankan massage, there is so many kinds of massages there, है ना। Thai massage हमने भी लिया 3-4 बार। अगर कोई अच्छा जानता है तो बड़ा आराम मिलता है। आराम मिलता है मीन्स प्राण की सर्कुलेशन अच्छी हो जाती है। मालिश हमारे यहाँ भी बहुत बड़ी थेरेपी थी सर। मैंने अपनी मदर की मालिश करवाता रहा। शी यूज्ड टू गेट सो मच ऑफ रिलीफ। बट लेकिन मालिश की ट्रेनिंग होनी चाहिए। मालिश, पर्सन शुड बी एक्सपर्ट। गलत जगह आपने जैसा बताया प्रेशर डाल दिया तो आप गए। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, when the child is born, the spine is like this, convex. In the womb, he is like this, he or she, the child is like this. And when you are now sitting, how is this? Head, concave, convex, and again in the low back, concave, and then again convex in your hip, right? So these concaves, two, that is one on the cervical area, the other on the lumbar area. They are known as secondary curvature. On the secondary curvature, you should not give more pressure. जब भी आप मालिश कराएं तो आपको देखना चाहिए कि आपके गर्दन में और आपके लंबर कमर में ज्यादा वर्टिकल प्रेशर न डाले, है ना। उनके साइड्स में डाल सकता है, स्पाइन के साइड में डाल सकता है, बिकॉज देयर इज ए प्राणवाहिनी विच इज द लॉन्गेस्ट विच गोज ऑन द साइड्स ऑफ स्पाइन। तो मालिश के लिए तो भाई साहब यू हैव टू गो टू ओनली दोज हु आर ट्रेन्ड पीपल।